for like
Man, we got a
for like
Silver
split
Auction
second.
mirror. Aren't you excited? All right, I'm out, everybody. That was fun. We had the announcement. Catch y'all later.
So much for literally what we just talked about. All the other decks that they're playing, and not a single one of them shows up in the first game. Oh,
Yeah.
rip.
Is there anything exciting about either of these Silver Auction lists? Let me see what I can find here, because I know Coach Yuo was running an elite version.
I mean, I would have possibly in the past said Vanguard Sergeant, but now that's basically just a staple in every single one of these. So it's not
actually maybe next time not running Vanguard Sergeant.
Not running Vanguard Sergeant. Okay.
Or single combat. Instead, going for 2 Cataclysm and a Riposte, as well as going all in on triple Golden Aegis. But we see a very climactic battle here as the Treasure Seeker trades with the Treasure Seeker. Wow, wasn't even... Here comes Akshan, and here definitely going to be an Akshan from Kais3r, who's sitting on 3 of them, which I guess you guys can't tell because Doza doesn't have the hand up for some reason.
I was getting it. Okay.
Oh, first, you want to blame my toaster of a computer, but then you can't even go, okay.
I'm trying to fix the Mobile Linux announcement slide, so that way we can do it again after the finals.
Oh, okay.
So
combat tricks very much in the favor of maybe next time sitting on the double sharp sight, as well as those 2 concerted strikes, but units are what Kais3r's got going for them, having that Merciless Hunter as well as that Sivir. I think that's going to favor Kais3r in the short term, at least. Being able to get more units on board. But this Fleet Feather Tracker does make things a little questionable. Maybe next time doesn't actually have a way to proc this Fleet Feather other than the Sandstone Charger. But it is enough to, maybe make Kais3r think twice about playing this Sivir. And we top deck Brightsteel Protector. What do we need?
Oh.
There's target cards. Why would I ever doubt?
Yeah, you know how many... these Brightsteel Protectors... Although I have seen a lot of these Akshan Sivir decks get stuck on like 3 Brightsteel Protectors, so there is some downside.
This is just the death of Kais3r's first Akshan. There's nothing that Kais3r can do to stop this. We have the Concerted Strike, but we don't have a second unit in order to pop the barrier. But we do have another Akshan, so, like, good enough, right?
Oh, yeah. 100%. Double Sivir in hand of Kais3r, too. And that's always something that's going to stick out to me in any matchup. Not even just the mirror match. I mean, of course, the mirror match having Sivir first is probably beneficial. Especially with that spell shield. Staring at the hand of maybe next time. There's 2 concerted strikes. These Sivirs are going to stick once they finally get down. But just in general, I mean, she's strong. She's got quick attack. There's really no way for maybe next time to take her down. So I think once we get down one of these Sivirs, it's going to start to do work. And if not clear the field, at least push some damage and start working more towards her level up. Do you have a Ricochet to, like, clear the field?
No.
just a thought.
Not for 6 mana.
Not yet. It's a little expensive.
Maybe for 3 mana you'll consider it, but, like, turn 5, just tap out to play Ricochet? Absolutely not.
All right, another Vagabond off the top, and it looks like we are going to get the second Akshan down. Advance that landmark a little bit more. Now we have 2 quick attack units that go into the board quite nicely. Of course, Sharp Sight, going to be able to do something about that Akshan at least. All right.
Yeah, really, no combat tricks available for Kais3r, and now maybe next time on the 3 Golden Aegis, going to pick one up, play it, and this is really not great for Kais3r, as their entire turn is basically shut down here.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Barrier, one of the best things about barriers versus these quick attack units, right? I mean, it essentially negates the quick attack, and because of that, this Sivir I just mentioned is just going to be shut down. And that was really the advantage that Kais3r had going for them, right?
I mean, it's kind of shut down, kind of not, because...
Unless they're going for an attack.
Yeah, it looks like we are going in for an attack. I would imagine Sharpsight is going to come out here in order to kill the Sivir. Yeah, okay, we put the Akshan back, said let me kill Sivir instead. And now we have... this is kind of awkward, though, right? Well, no, because once you Sharpsight this Fleet Feather Tracker, then that's actually going to level Akshan, and that does mean that it can compete with the other units. So this is actually a really nice attack on the side of maybe next time.
Yeah, this is a great example of being able to utilize rallies early when, they seemingly, otherwise don't feel amazing. This isn't like an amazing board to rally with, but it gets the job done with a lackluster hand at best for maybe next time. So I do like this. We're going to get some additional procs in the landmark, get your leveled up Akshan, and Yeah, this feels pretty good. Now, Kais3r can throw out another Sivir, though, so that's something to keep an eye on here. Sivir might still be able to do some work.
Quite a bit of mana, though. And actually, we're just going to see aggressive posturing from maybe next time as well. It goes for the Sandstone Charger and just sends it.
Wow.
This...
Okay.
And, like, you have the second sharp side on the side of maybe next time, but because of Shaped Stone being represented by that one remaining mana, it is so risky to try and go for this block.
I like this too, yeah, because you either trade a unit or don't, and because of the Sandstone Charger, you're now taking 8 damage, which could potentially leave maybe next time a lot more open to a lethal attack at some point. I think that's what Kais3r
Yeah, we're going to have to... It's going to be interesting to see whether or not that 5 damage ends up being more relevant than a potential predicted card draw. Now, Kais3r does have the Ruin Runner as well as this Sivir, so we're going to be able to like really get on board over the next couple of turns, and maybe next time doesn't have great tools to deal with that. We're kind of clogged up on Concerted Strike because there's just a bunch of Spell Shield units. And honestly, these Ruin Runners have been looking really good for Kais3r so far this event.
All right. Bright Steel Protector off the top. Another barrier, but no rally to really utilize with it this time around. We get a Sandstone Charger as well. You know, I'm thinking maybe we want to try to eventually get down this Radiant Guardian, and I think that's exactly what this does if Kais3r's going to trade the Akshan, and we do. So, yeah, this is not half bad for maybe next time, and that Radiant Guardian is going to do work to heal us back up. Does Kais3r also play Radiant Guardian in this build?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So...
The sort of, it went from 3/5 drops across the board for everybody to now everybody playing 4 as a 2/2 split of Radiant Guardian and their other 5 drop of choice, Vekaron Vagabond or Vekaron Bruiser for maybe next time, and Ruin Runner for Kais3r.
I really like that. Ever since that nerf to Ruin Runner, I feel like that 5 spot has been very flexible. There's a lot of different options there.
There's like 3.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of options in one region too. I mean, they're all, well, actually, technically, I guess Radiant Guardian's Demacia, but I like it. I like it a lot.
Then why are you playing Ziggs Talia Malphite on ladder?
Because I like that more. Okay, I like that more. I really want Ziggs to be like a win condition, man. Landmarks.
I have lost to Ziggs off of not reading because I forgot that when a landmark dies, he also deals.
Exactly. See,
someone like
it's a surprise factor.
They like hourglass their Ziggs and then Talia did, and I'm like, I don't give a shit. I kill you next turn, and then I just like died at round start. I'm like, hold on now. What's all this then?
All right. We got Kais3r with the attack token now, and again, still with the Sivir advantage. But another reason why Radiant Guardian's good, especially in something like the mirror match here, when Sivir's not leveled, Radiant Guardian will trade positively with this Sivir if there's no buffs. And we see in the hand of Kais3r there is no buffs. There is a Bright Steel Protector, so we could barrier her up. Could do some other stuff as well. I'm curious to see what we try to do with the mana here. Ruin Runner seems like far too much of a mana commitment.
Ooh, so the barrier coming down onto the Akshan does open up a potential Concerted Strike onto the Radiant Guardian. Now, maybe next time has their own Concerted Strike, so it won't work out entirely. You also still have this Bright Steel Protector on the side of Kais3r. I don't foresee a lot of damage getting pushed into maybe next time's Nexus this turn. And with the Absolver return on the side of maybe next time with the level champion, I think they might be able to squeak through just enough damage for lethal on the following turn.
Yeah, that Absolver's return, I think, is a huge difference here. But the barrier is going to come down on Sivir. So that will mean Sivir could just go in. The problem here, though, is that does mean that Sivir and Akshan are just going to kind of bump bubbles here and trade the barriers off.
I do want to mention that Sivir is currently 10 away from the level up. So with Akshan having barrier, I don't think Sivir is actually leveling this turn because running Sivir into a barrier does deal 0 damage.
Yeah.
It looks like so we can try and level the Sivir with the Concerted Strike, which really only matters for the purpose of getting quick attack onto whatever is getting blocked by the Bright Steel Protector. It's not going to like level the Sivir right away and give us Spell Shield against a Concerted Strike from maybe next time.
All right, this would leave Akshan getting a free strike here. I'm not sure. I feel like, honestly, I've seen, so many mirror matches of these and just Akshan Sivir decks in general. I feel like it's very difficult to get the Warlord's Horde to proc when you exactly want it to, because you're constantly needing to play, things that target your units or attack or whatever it might be. So this will proc it down to only one left after the strike, and if we do play concerted strike, that means we would get it this turn.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if the concerted strike comes out, where it comes out, what units are used for it, because maybe next time, as it stands, is getting a much better portion of this trade here.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So it looks like we're lining up onto a kill onto the Akshan and pulling it back, thinking about it. Kill onto the Radiant Guardian, that's kind of what I expected a little bit more as we get down into like these very tight life total races. Because as it stands from the eye hover, maybe next time is currently ending this exchange at 11 life.
All right, we're going to do it on the Akshan.
Okay. This does mean that the Akshan is going to die. Maybe next time can't actually save it because we cannot kill the Sivir. We can kill the Akshan with our own concerted strike, but that means that the barrier is still getting popped, and then our Akshan is actually dying to the quick attack. So it looks like Kais3r just has a read of concerted strike out of maybe next time.
Which, I mean, you got to figure it too, right? There's 8 mana that maybe next time's keeping
Yeah.
up. And there's been none played yet, so it's like basically a solid, 99% of the time we're going to have concerted strike here. So we do see it put onto the stack. And it looks like we are going to target the other Akshan.
I mean, Sivir still has the spell shield, so targeting her really not going to do a lot here.
Yeah, and one thing to note too with Akshan's being gone, because if Akshan sticks around after the first Warlord Horde procs, I mean, you're going to get another one, and that can be a huge difference maker in this game. So,
and now, both players getting the Sentinel's Horde, and maybe next time having the attack token.
Maybe next time also has the mana advantage. I'm not sure how much that'll matter here. We'll see in a second.
It really just, maybe next time really just has to try and slip through this Absolver lethal.
Yeah, and this is the thing too, getting Warlord's Horde on the attack token, I think is an amazing advantage for maybe next time, because now we can play Cataclysm, we have so many options here.
Kais3r still has a very expensive and awkward hand.
Yeah.
We're still really only going to be able to play 3 cards this turn. Probably going to end up being like a defensive Sandstone Charger, and we're actually just going to kick off with the defensive Sandstone Charger.
Yep. And this really dictates how maybe next time's turn is going to go now. Preservarium to dig deep. Okay, both players not really posturing at the beginning of the turn. They're both just looking for more options and setting up. Shape Stone off the top is possibly even more towards lethal damage here.
Maybe next time does have a very solid life lead, though. Even if this turn ends without action, I don't think Kais3r is pushing through lethal next turn. Now, maybe the rally changes that a little bit. But I think that lethal is still very much on the table for maybe next time, especially because you want to use that Sandstone Charger as a chump blocker. And with the Absolver return on top of Concerted Strike, maybe next time can just push something up to 8 attack and kill the Sandstone Charger that's blocking.
All right, there's the rally. No mana left, though, so we are rallying with 9 mana open still for maybe next time. So let's see how much damage gets pushed. And you mentioned that life total difference too, Boulevard. I mean, this Radiant Guardian, I think, has been such a huge difference maker in this mirror match. I mean, the fact that maybe next time has gotten it down so early is insane.
This is lethal. You just pump that there Radiant Guardian up to 8 attack. You concerted strike that Sandstone Charger, and with 0 mana left, Kais3r can only play Shapestone, which is not going to be enough.
Yeah, there it is. And that's what happens when you tap out. Maybe next time it has nothing to worry about now.
Yeah, it doesn't even go for the concerted strike. Just utilizing the Shapestone, getting that 8 overwhelm damage, and the Sivir level up for Kais3r.
Finally. All right, maybe next time. Going up 1-0 versus Kais3r.
I thought Golden Aegis was so cool when it came out. I'm so sick of Golden Aegis.
Dude, it's well, think about it too, because before Golden Aegis came out, it was always Relentless Pursuit.
Well, I mean, so Relentless Pursuits for tempo were kind of weird, but the tempo swing on getting barrier onto a unit on top of rallying is insane. And now we're looking at Relentless Pursuit. Grant +1/+1 is not the same as barrier.
No, nope, not even close. Honestly,
not comparable.
Even if it was +2/+2, I still think Golden Aegis would probably be better at this point.
It's kind of weird because there are some weird sort of cost considerations in between cards when it comes to Legends of Runeterra. For example, you look at like Prismatic Barrier versus Riposte. 1 mana for 3 attack is quite good. Like, obviously there are 1 mana plus 3 attack cards that are not played, but when you're getting that additional effect on top of it, the barrier, the one that you really want, it makes a world of difference. And it's sort of the same thing that we're seeing between like Relentless Pursuit and Golden Ages.
All right, well, now we got Darkness versus the run back of Sivir Akshan for Kais3r.
And again, the spell shields for Kais3r are going to come in really big here. Those Ruin Runners, this is a good matchup for them.
Do you have the early double Twisted Catalyzer? We'll see how much that's going to come into play here. But again, like you mentioned, the spell shields, I mean, there's going to be so many darkness needed to be generated to actually make use of those.
I will say, though, 4 damage darkness to start things off is massive. Not really because there's like 4 health units that you need to shoot, but because it plays around combat tricks so well.
And Ixtali Sentinel in the first hand. You know, that's usually something to keep an eye out for when you are the Darkness player going up against an aggressive deck. You know, getting that early lifesteal access is going to be huge. So I do think maybe next time in an okay spot. Minimorph also not bad going into the later parts of the game. So
yeah.
And we have the Conchologist. Like, we're drawing these later heavy cards, but we have smaller units to throw down to stay in the game for the time being and generate some card advantage, generate some blockers. So I don't hate maybe next time's position here. Kais3r, though, coming in with Akshan and the Sergeant. A little bit of damage represented.
This turn is probably the last awkward one for maybe next time. From here, we kind of get down Senna. We have Mist Call. Debating... I'm a little curious as to whether or not Mist Call is going to be used on this Catalyzer. I don't think it's very good to. I wouldn't do it myself, but it is something that sometimes players kind of tunnel on like just ramping up the damage darkness into Oblivion. But because there is Concerted Strike and things like that, I think it is a little bit better to just try and potentially save it for that Sivir, and instead we pick up a Sapling Toss.
That is not
That's going to let us threaten Akshan on the following turn. Yeah, things looking really good for maybe next time, I feel.
I like that Sapling. And there's a Vygar off the top. Things are starting to look very nice for maybe next time. Yeah, we're just going in for the attack. These are great trades. Absolutely fantastic trades for maybe next time.
Yeah. And really no reason to play the Senna pre-combat, because you don't really want to play Senna Darkness something, attack for another Darkness, if it means you're tapping out.
Yeah. Especially because you can't play both this turn because they're not reduced cost yet.
Yeah. So that's, I mean, the darkness damage is there, right? We're up to 3 mana 4 damage. Beautiful. Now, if I can get that up to 2 mana 4 damage, forget about it. That's just game over. And depending on what Kais3r plays here, we might actually just see the Vygar come down with the Mist Call backup.
Yeah. Mist Call and even Stress Defense. All right, well, Stress Defense won't save it against the Ruin Runner.
Yeah.
But
I feel like it's probably still better to play Senna, just because single combat is, of course, something that's going to be on your mind, as well as Cataclysm. And without the Ruin Runner having quick attack, it will kill itself if it tries to kill this Senna. And you can kill it next turn with a Spell Shield pop through Stress Defense. But instead, we are going to go for Vygar as our card of choice to get the Darkness.
Oh, this is going to feel so good if the single combat comes out here. Or even the Cataclysm. I mean... Either way, getting this Mist Call off onto the exact target that you want in either Senna or Vygar is always going to feel really good for this deck. I love Cataclysm with Overwhelm units, man. It just feels so good.
I thought you were going to say you love Darkness. I thought you'd finally come around and discovered your inner Blevins.
Not yet. I'm getting there, though. I will say, I've played a lot of Darkness, too. I just think that, I don't know. There's so many bad matchups that it has, or at least that it had, anyways. But I'm coming around. All right, there it is.
Chat's calling out that 3 units died this turn. What does that matter? Just hit. Just miscall the Vygar. What are you talking about? Why would 3 units dying matter? Just miscall the Vygar.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't even...
What do these other units matter for?
I'm thinking that we had an empty field. Yeah, actually, I got to agree with you, a point that you made earlier then, taking that into consideration, because you're not guaranteed to hit Vygar. I would have played the Senna earlier instead of the Vygar.
I think Senna's more important than Vygar. You're kind of at the... You've got enough darkness damage. Yeah, now you want more darkness, which is what Senna does for you.
All right, well, bye-bye Vygar.
I mean, bringing back Vygar here... You ramp up your darkness damage, you get a little bit lower on mana. Like, you're not blocking this Ruin Runner with your Vygar, right? Like, you're still just... Looks like we're just going to pop the Spell Shield, try to make sure that we're not dying to Ruin Runner. Do you remember how many times we've seen Ruin Runner just, like, get 5 spells pumped into it for lethal.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. I remember it like it's yesterday. All right, Withering Whale. Now Senna's kind of awkward, too, because it's a big mana commitment for the turn.
You can't play anything else with Senna this turn, I think. I haven't actually looked at the draw yet. I was looking at chat. Yeah, can't play anything with Senna this turn. So instead it's going to be Ishtali Sentinel.
I like that.
Which I think is going to get Cataclysmed. Are we dead here? This is like... We're not dead, but we're getting there. Actually, we might be dead. Hold on.
Yeah, this is...
1 overwhelm.
This is dangerous.
Down to 15. I think we go to 2.
Yeah, and I think you're okay with that.
You can go low in control. 2 is a little too low.
All right, Merciless Hunter gonna pull it for vulnerable. Wait, is this? Wait,
there's another Sandstone Charger in the relic. I didn't notice 14. The relic.
This is 14 currently.
I would imagine this is making a Sandstone Charger. Yeah. That's gonna be lethal.
And that's lethal. Wow. That
right,
lethal
chat,
came out of nowhere.
Here's the problem, chat. I can either look at chat or I can look at the hand.
Wow.
I can't do both.
Oh, you can't. Oh, I'm sorry, Boulevard. You can't do 2 things? Okay, all right. Try doing 5 things.
I need to look at my screen, and then I need to look at your screen, and then chat, and one of these screens has to go. Doesn't mean we're getting game 3, though.
Poor Boulevard can't multitask with 2 or 3 things.
Well, there's 3 things and 2 monitors. It doesn't add up.
Yeah, I know. I'm not going to lie. I don't think you can ever have enough monitors. So... But that does mean, Boulevard, we're going to a sweet, sweet game number 3.
Tell me we're about to get Teemo Swain versus Darkness, your 2 favorite decks, Doza.
And that's probably what I'm going to end up choosing between, too. So we shall see who ends up getting the better of that one, if that's the case. All right, here we go. What's it going to be? What was banned?
I just want to say, so far,
that's exactly what
Teemo Swain is 100% finals rate at the OLS.
Oh, thanks for pointing that out, Boulevard.
You're welcome. It's just fun stats for you. That's
always,
what Boulevard does. I give you the fun stats.
Always on top of it. Thanks, Boulevard.
Always. Yeah, no problem.
All right, here we go. We are, in fact, getting that matchup. So, all right, the deck that wins here, I will side with.
Okay.
The deck that wins here, I will side with.
I'll take that, I guess. I don't think I'm getting a better deal out of you.
No, you're not. You're definitely not. All right, we got double Vigar Senna. So problem. Okay, I was gonna say the problem with this hand is a lot of higher cost or higher cost units, but you're going up against this Swain Teemo deck, and honestly, there's not gonna be a lot of aggression coming down. So we have the time to wait, and that bodes well for this hand for maybe next time.
These whew.
I mean,
I mean,
sure, great.
Like, Ava's probably the best one just because neither of these units are phenomenal. They both have 4 health. Crescent Strike would be used offensively if it's used at all. There's not an insane... Like, there are enough fearsome blockers in Darkness that you're probably not playing the kind of game where you sneak through a Swain attack, so I understand going for the Ava here. It's just none of those look good.
God. Well, we got the Ava Achieva, which... Wait, hold on. Are we saying Ava the same way we'd say Descent Ada? Okay, all right. I'm just double checking that pronunciation.
Would you call that Ava?
I mean... No.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I almost said yes, but no.
Oh my god. Yeah, don't be out here lying to me. So we're going full shroom plan on the side of Kais3r. We've got the Teemo established. We have the lecturing yordle. Here comes I hovered Swain, but I meant Ava. No Teemo attack though. Sag.
Yeah, and again, I mean, we're going into turn 5. Really no aggression coming out from Kais3r. You know, having these poison darts just taking out spiderlings, I think you're okay with that inside of maybe next time. And, you know, there is some lifesteal in this deck. So the longer this game goes, I don't know. It's interesting now that we're seeing both of these decks because you'd like to think, all right, the longer this game goes, Swain Leviathan combo comes on board, great. On the other side, the longer this game goes, the higher the darkness gets, and the more darkness that maybe next time gets. But we haven't really increased their damage yet.
Yeah, no, you're still at 3 mana, 2 damage darkness,
Yeah.
which is a bad card that nobody plays.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't play 3 mana for a slow Mystic Shot, would you? No, that's what I thought. And with maybe next time really just not being able to develop Vygar safely, pretty much ever in this matchup, there's always going to be a ping and a way to execute it, but we talked about this earlier, right? Where the ping execute style of gameplay is a -1 every time it happens, because generally these ping cards are not replacing themselves. Now, Lecturing Yordle's Poison Dart is a little bit of a different story, but if you played Vygar here, it would either survive or it would, be net positive for you.
Yeah, and here we go. We are going to get it. We even have the stress defense to potentially save it from some things. I mean, Death's Hand and Ravenous Flock are going to kill it one way or the other.
Taking a fair amount of damage here, though. You don't have a Fearsome Blocker is the one concern with playing a Vygar on that turn. And as good as stress defense is, it does not put a unit down to 0 attack.
Yep. Yeah, and which means you're probably not going to be using it on the Swain, so you just kind of take it and deal with the fact that you're taking a bunch of damage. But okay, we're going to get this done. Vygar's Event Horizon. Gotta love it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a worthwhile way to prevent that 6 damage from coming through, but because the Lecturing Yordle got off an attack, you are losing Vygar this turn. I'm curious as to whether or not all of this was worth it just to get up to a 3 damage darkness.
Now, I guess the question is, after the Flock comes out, do you try to save Vygar with a stress defense or no? I mean, we see the Death's Hand.
It depends on how much you want to play the resource game, because again, you don't really stress defense thinking it's going to save the Vygar. You stress defense thinking it's going to get another card out of your opponent.
Yeah, yep.
But what else are you playing this turn, right? Your hand's too expensive for you to really do anything else with the 4 mana.
I mean, you could go ahead and play something like the Hapless Aristocrat and just bank the.
I was thinking the only other play I could think of is you Darkness Swain and then summon another Darkness Generator and Darkness Swain again next turn.
Okay. So, well, it can't be Senna. Well, we don't have another. We have 4 mana.
Well, yeah, we'll go down to 1.
What?
And then get it over in the next turn. Have 8 mana.
You're saying summon next turn.
Well, you can't summon it this turn.
Yeah, I thought you were saying summon it this turn. I was like, we don't have enough mana.
No, you can't do that. That's illegal. Mana means something.
Yeah, there's the Ravenous Flock, though. And nope, we're just going to let it through. Okay. Yeah, and look at that hand, too. 2 Scorched Earth as well. Like that. Vygar was dead, whether we liked it or not. But here's the Darkness. And going into next turn, like you mentioned, we do have Senna if we want. Again, though, we're at that turn where Senna is kind of an awkward commitment because it's pretty much all of your mana that turn, and then we don't really have much left over.
Oh, man, we're just on the full Shroom plane. Is this what you wanted to see? Is this why you didn't like it? You didn't like the main deck? Now it's a Teemo deck. You're a little bit more on board?
I mean, you throw down an Ava Achiever, and I'm down. Like, I'm down with that card. It's so good. It's such a good random pickup for this deck in particular. Like, of all decks to get that
matchup
card.
even. I mean, against a control deck, that's where the Shroom planes really shine, right? Every time we've seen a Teemo deck have success, it's in this sort of counter control lineup. And just saying, oh, you want to sit around for 10 turns? Do it with 40 Shrooms in your deck.
So, this is nice just because we can at least get another Darkness generated, but, again...
We're just... The amount of -1s that Kais3r is utilizing to keep control of the board is really just being kind of counter-negated by the fact that he's got such a strong board developed. And you're trading it pretty mana efficiently each time.
All right, we're going to go for the Darkness
Chat,
here.
please don't main deck Ava.
Yeah, please. Oh, is chat saying it's good? All right, this just in.
Don't do it. Don't do it, everybody.
This just saying Ava's the best card in the game. Everybody should be playing it. I'm all aboard the Swain Teemo train. I'm building this deck when we get off stream, and it's going to have 3 Ava Achievers in it.
Don't you have to finish Arcane first?
I think so, yeah. There's one more episode I gotta watch. Banger show, by the way. So anybody watching who hasn't watched that yet, you need to watch Arcane.
Can we just... here's my question. Can you say that about any show, or is it just because it's League of Legends related? Can I just tell you all my favorite show that you need to watch?
No, yeah. It technically is in theme of the cast because we're doing Runeterra card game. I actually love how a lot of the card art is related to the show too. Fun fact. So that was neat to see. And even the interactions, like the stuff they say.
I didn't think we were going to see a Teemo level up today.
Nope, but we are.
I don't think I've seen Teemo level up in Teemo Swing
That's
yet. Like, I know
4 shrooms off the top. And that means...
Okay. Teemo just leveled. He didn't hit the Nexus yet.
Right,
you can't be drawing 4 shrooms.
All right, so Teemo actually needs to get mini-morphed here, I think. Because, oh, wait, no. We can actually kill it straight up with Darkness but we have to play it now. But then we don't have mini-morph for the Farron.
I don't think Teemo's the mini-morph target.
No, well, because if we don't... All right, if we Darkness... Okay, all right, we're going to go with... All right, this is still bad. This is... Like... the point I'm trying to make is that Teemo needs to die, and so does Captain Farron. We can't do both in one turn. Like, this is bad.
Ava.
So, there we
we're
go.
gonna get,
how many shrooms total?
We're at 26 shrooms total. We're gonna get a board clear here minus the lecturing Yordle. But we're at 26 shrooms in deck with 5 health. There's 2 decimates in hand on top of the fact that, like, we drew 4 shrooms when we had 17 in deck. Now we have 20. We might just die off the shroom top deck here. JDoza, can we see it?
Yep.
Is Kais the champion off the shroom?
No shrooms. No shrooms. And we get some, and we have some lifesteal. So, all right.
But there's an Arachnoid Sentry, Doza. You don't get lifesteal. No lifesteal.
No. And there's double decimate. Yeah, that's going to be game with the 2 decimate in hand. The Shen emotes go up. And I'm all aboard the Swain Teemo train, baby.